السلام عليك يا حبيبي سيدي السلام عليك يا نبي العربي.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبعد. All the praise and all the glory is due to Allah, and I bear witness that there is no God but Allah and that Muhammad is his last prophet and messenger. We stopped on the Prophet's dua. And dua is a very important element in the victories of all Muslims. In the Battle of Badr, the Prophet ﷺ exhausting himself tremendously. The Prophet is spending hours seeking Allah's help and support, and then the angels descended and the victory of Allah was granted. But before making dua also, or along with dua, a believer must exert his optimum effort in supporting the religion of Allah and in showing his readiness to be of the soldiers of his Lord, protecting his religion. Otherwise, the blessings or the victory of Allah does not descend. This place is called Masjid al-Fath. Here the Prophet ﷺ came and he entered. We are not here actually to seek the blessings of visiting a place where the Prophet ﷺ visited, because this is not allowed in Islam. And Islam does not call us upon making places sacred all the time. No. Those places cannot add to us. Those places were made because of the sacrifices of people who stepped their feet on them. The Messenger ﷺ came on 3 consecutive days. On Monday, like today, we are actually filming on Monday, making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on Tuesday and on Wednesday. This is according to the authentic hadith related on the authority of Jabir ibn Abdullah, may Allah be pleased with him. On the 3rd day, between Salat al-Zuhr and Salat al-Asr, between the 2 prayers, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepted the dua of the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Consequently, Allah sent severe wind on the other side of the mountain, where the disbelievers were camping. It took all of their belongings, it turned all of their jars, took all of their tents, and they were shaken intensively until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uprooted them. وَكَفَى اللَّهُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ الْقِتَالِ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not burden the believers with much more fighting. This masjid is called Al-Fath because it is named after a very well-known surah in the Quran, Surah Al-Fath, which starts by Allah saying, إِنَّا فَتَحْنَا لَكَ فَتْحًا مُبِينًا لِيَغْفِرَ لَكَ اللَّهُ مَا تَقَدَّمَ مِنْ ذَنْبِكَ وَمَا تَأَخَّرَ وَيُتِمَّ نِعْمَتَهُ عَلَيْكَ وَيَهْدِيَكَ صِرَاطًا مُسْتَقِيمًا. We have granted you the opening or the victory. Allah has already forgiven all the past and the coming sins of you, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, to accomplish the favor and his bounty upon you. It was also a glad tidings that the Prophet ﷺ is going to open Mecca and to give dominance of Islam over all other religions, and to give dominance to the allies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the supporters of his deen over all of their enemies. Masjid al-Fath, according to the version of Jabir, he said, I used to come and to make dua on Wednesdays, and it's an act of a Sahabi And he said that I have never ever experienced a distress in my life, coming to this place and making dua, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has accepted my dua. It's not a sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam actually to make dua in this part, but was an opinion of one of the companions of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But all the versions of the ahadith confirm that the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam made prayers in that place. He offered more than 2 rak'ats here, and he made the dua, and the wording of the dua of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was Allahumma mujri as-sahab munzil al-kitab hazim al-ahzab ihzimhum wa zalzilhum. O Allah, the one who revealed the book, the one who sends the wind, and the one who dominates the parties who came to fight against your religion, shake them off. O Allah, grant us a victory against them. As I mentioned, a consequence of the dua of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that the wind came and it blew all the tents of the disbelievers, and they left their place in a great regret. They could not even collect their belongings, and Allah did not burden the believers with much more fighting, and it protected the Medina. A few people were actually injured as a consequence of that great battle, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave great honor to the companions of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the whole of Peninsula started to see Islam from a different perspective. I'm talking about this battle in the context of very stressful situation which happened to the Sahaba, especially when 70 of the Qurra, of the reciters of the Quran, the memorizers of the Book of Allah, were being slain or killed in the day of Al-Raji'ah and Bi'r Ma'unah. Those are some incidents which are very difficult for the Sahaba. A lot of the Sahaba were killed in that situation. Nu'aym ibn Mas'ud al-Ghatafani is one of the people who accepted Islam during the battle. He went to the Prophet ﷺ and said, Ya Rasulullah, my people do not know whether I have accepted Islam or not, and I'm a very close friend to the Jews. Command me, what should I do? And the Messenger ﷺ put him in his appropriate position, in his appropriate place to serve Islam better. He said, you can plot a plan to participate in driving those people away from Medina. Nu'aym went to the Jews and said, you think if the Meccans came to Medina and took hold of the whole leadership of Medina, or if the Prophet takes domination over them, it means that you will be smashed. You will be taken out from Medina, driven along with the other groups of the Jews. You must seek for a warranty or a guarantee from the disbelievers or from the Meccans to make sure that they are going to protect you if any situation occurs in Medina. They said it is a very important idea and we are going to do it. Especially actually the Jews didn't like to fight against the Prophet at the beginning, but they were seduced. But they accepted the plan of the other Jews, the Jews of Khaybar and the Jews of Banu Nadir, those who were exiled from Medina before them. And he went to the people of Mecca and Ghatafan and said, you see, the Jews are not serious in fighting against Muhammad and in participating in the battle with you. So I think they are going to come to take some people from you and give them as hostages to Muhammad and his companions. And the expectation of Nu'aym became true, and the Jews came to the Meccans asking for 10 or 100 people of them as hostages in case, or a guarantee, in case the fighting turns in the other direction. And the Meccans made sure that the Jews are playing games with them, and it played a very important role in splitting the arrays, or in splitting the unity of the disbelievers in the Jews. There is a question which I raised at the beginning of these episodes on the Battle of the Trench, which is, we see 6 masjids here. And this place, or this location, is called the 7 mosques, or the 7 masajid. Where is the 7th one? Basically, some narrators of Sirah say that the 7th masjid is Masjid al-Qiblatain. We're going to visit Masjid al-Qiblatain later. And this is a place where the Qibla changed from Jerusalem to Mecca. And the Sahaba accepted and submitted, and they turned their faces to the direction that Allah has assigned for them. But to make or to research those opinions and views, we make sure that the 7th masjid is another masjid which is called Masjid Bani Haram. Banu Haram are the tribe of Jabir ibn Abdullah al-Ansari, may Allah be pleased with him. And it has a significant incident which happened to the Sahaba during the Battle of the Trench. It's when Jabir, may Allah be pleased with him, invited the Prophet along with a group of his companions for an animal that he slaughtered. Hundreds of people came with the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, 1,000. And Jabir invited them for just a few pieces of bread and some meat. The Prophet ﷺ called upon all the soldiers to follow him, and they started eating and said, "Eat Bismillah." They ate. The whole army were full, and the food remained, and it was a miracle of the Prophet ﷺ. These are blessed places where the Prophet visited, prayed, and the slogan and flag of Islam was firmly established, and the religion of Allah was given victory. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to shower His mercy upon all of us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Every breath I take, every beating of my heart, in word and silence, let there be peace upon you. O fountain of perfection, O ocean of peace, O healer of broken hearts, how much longer shall we be apart? As-salamu